1 Chapter 1 Shocked Tang San, the system turned on. You are listening at FameTV.info. Outside the Holy Soul Village. In the early morning, on a foggy day, two little boys in patched cloth ran out from the quiet village together. The little boy in front was named Tang San, his skin was yellow and he looked very healthy, his eyes are even more embarrassing, and the little boy behind was worse than Tang San, especially when he was jogging, his body was staggering and he seemed to fall down at any time. Soon, the two came to a small hill outside the village. Tang Gu, I'm going to practice. After talking to his little friend, Tang San went to an empty area and began to cultivate his body skills, and when the morning sun rose, he immediately sat cross-legged on the ground. Tang Gu is the name of a little boy with an illness on his leg. Seeing that Tang San had already started cultivating, he also went to a place 10 meters away to exercise, but after a while, Tang Gu couldn't hold on, panting, and then sat down on a large rock on the slope to rest. When he turned his head and saw Tang San, who was breathing purple chi, his eyes couldn't help revealing an expression of envy. They are all traversers, why bother to treat them differently? Tang Gu looked decadent and sighed. One has a deep heritage and a deep background, and will become a god in the future. The other has been abandoned by his parents since he was young, and is also accompanied by congenital polio, and has a bleak future. Forget the key crossing, and also crossing into the world of Douluo continent. That I don't have gold fingers, and I'm not good at inventing. Is this going to let me stay in the Holy Soul Village and be a salted fish for a lifetime? That's right, like Tang San, Tang Gu is also a traveler. It's just that he was just an ordinary otaku before crossing, and he became an orphan after crossing over. He didn't do anything and didn't have gold fingers. Without any choice, Tang Gu could only rely on his own congenital disability to establish a good relationship with Tang San early, hoping that the other party could help him in the future. Moreover, he insisted on exercising with Tang San every day, showing his perseverance, and wanted to arouse Tang San's sympathy. Maybe the other party felt soft for a while, and then passed his Zuanshan Bailu. Even if you pass a light work. Ghost shadows are also okay. That I end this way. At the very least, Tang Gu can run faster if he encounters a beast when he enters the mountains to chop wood and collect medicine. But it turns out Tang Gu really thought a lot. With an adult soul, Tang San didn't even say his biological father about Xiantian Baolu, let alone an outsider. Therefore, after several years, with the company on this hillside day after day, Tang San became stronger and stronger, and his Tang Gu is still a salted fish. But 6 years later, the real reason that Tang Gu, who was born with a disability, can insist on not giving up until now is that he has the same surname as Tang San. This Tang surname was not from the head of the Holy Spirit village who adopted him, but from a jade medallion on Tang Ji's neck. The jade card itself is nothing, however. On the front of the jade plate is engraved with the word Tang, the back is densely covered with clouds, and a hammer pattern is faintly visible at the center. It's just that the hammer-shaped pattern is so secret that the village chief doesn't know it. Tang Gu was also accidentally discovered when he was 4 years old, and in the Douluo continent, if the hammer-shaped pattern represents Wuhuan, then there is only one place, rubbing the jade card hidden in his clothes. Tang Ji's eyes were full of expectation. The story of the Douluo continent will begin soon. If it is what I thought, my salted fish may still have a chance to stand up. At this time, the morning sun in the east has completely risen, and the golden light is shining, dispelling the white mist on the hillside. As the dew transpired, a warm feeling appeared on his body, and Tang Gu couldn't help stretching his waist. Forget it, anyway, 6 years have passed, and I am not in a hurry at this time. Let's go and stabilize the relationship with Tang San first. Muttering, Tang Gu was about to come down from the big rock, but maybe it is because of too much dew in the morning, or it may be because of the inconvenience of legs and feet. Tang Gu just got up, his feet slipped suddenly, and his whole person fell directly below the steep slope. What? A tragic cry suddenly shocked Tang San, who had just finished his cultivation more than 10 meters away. Tang Gu! Tang San couldn't help exclaiming when he saw Tang Gu falling down the steep slope. His little face was full of shock. Why didn't he think that Tang Gu, who is so strong in the past, suddenly couldn't think about it, and found his own short sight here? But no matter what, Tang San couldn't allow Tang San to think too much at this moment. Seeing Tang Ge jumping down the steep slope, he immediately rushed over with a ghostly shadow. Ha! The wind whizzed past his ears. Under the steep slope, Tang Ge, who was falling down in a large font in mid-air, was so angry that he was about to scold the Mantian god and Buddha again. Seeing the speed getting faster and faster, his face turned pale. Should I be the first traverser who was thrown to death at the beginning of crossing Douluo continent? Ding dong, congratulations to the host, shocked Tang San, shocked. The system successfully opened. Ding dong, congratulations to the host, for completing the first shock, and getting a luxurious shock gift package, which has been automatically stored in the system space. At this moment, a prompt sound suddenly sounded in Tang Ge's mind. Shock. Shock the system. As this voice appeared, Tang Ge, who was falling down, was startled first, followed by excitement on his pale face. The system is on. Hearing the prompt sound in his mind, Tang Ge was excited and incredulous at the same time that he didn't expect that the system he had been thinking about for 6 full years actually appeared when he fell down a steep slope, but the next moment I will be thrown to death. Anxious in his heart, Tang Ge couldn't help but shout out. System, save me. Ding dong, it is detected that the host's death is approaching, and according to the first binding rule, the host will be automatically given the protection from death once. Along with the sound of the system, a transparent mask suddenly appeared, covering Tang Ge in an instant. Then, the distance of 100 meters high passed by. The roaring Tang Ge finally hit the ground heavily. There is no severe pain, and no bleeding. When the mask disappeared and Tang Ge, who was lying flat on the ground in a large font, opened his eyes cautiously, the dazzling light suddenly made him cry. Ha! I finally turned around. 6 years. It's been 6 full years from the day he came to this world with his memories. Tang Ge began to worry about the congenital disability of his right leg, and his heart was even more dazed. Although the village chief who took him and treated him like a parent and child, he never deliberately ignored him because of his physical defects. But Tang Ge always kept such a big knot in his heart. Especially every time you go out and feel the strange look in the eyes of other children of the same age. In the village, Tang Ge will die uncomfortably. At that moment, he really wanted to shout. 30 years in Hedong, 30 years in Heshi, don't bully the young and poor. However, Tang Ge knew that complaining would not solve the problem after all. Self-rejection will not win the sympathy of others. So, after knowing that this world is the Douluo continent, Tang Ge gritted his teeth and worked hard to overcome his physical defects and began to exercise with Tang San day after day. That he not only wanted to learn something from Tang San, but also wanted to spur himself with Tang San as the goal. People must have goals in life. Without a goal, what is the difference from The Walking Dead? Now, once you fall off the cliff, the system is turned on, and you will end up with all suffering. Lying on the slightly cold ground, Tang Ge was crying and laughing, looking like crazy. So that when Tang San, who had just slipped down from the top of the steep slope, saw this scene, he abruptly stopped, and he dared not take a step forward. After a while, he walked over cautiously. Tang Ge, are you okay? Little San, I'm fine, I worry about you. After Tang Ge calmed down, he shook his head and said. Tang San was a little worried and said, really, all right. How about I call the village chief grandfather over? Tang Ge had no choice but to stand up from the ground and did a few stretches in front of Tang San, jumping and jumping to prove that he was really fine. It's really okay. Tang San was both relieved and shocked that he looked up at the steep slope over 100 meters high, and then at Tang Ge, which had no blood on his body. How could he not figure out why the other party was all right? Ding dong, congratulations to the host, shocked Tang San, and got a shock value of 5 points. The system prompt sounded in Tang Ge's mind, who was standing opposite. Listen to the full novel at FameTV.info, direct link in the description.